Okay, can you tell me your name, where you're from, and what we're talking about today?
My name is Cole Deshawn. I'm from West Columbia, Texas, and apparently we're talking about fishing and hunting.
Yes, sir, we are. Okay, can you give me a little bit of background on your hunting and fishing experience?
Well, hunting wise, mainly whitetail. Presently, we have a lease in South Texas near, it's right down the road from George Strait's ranch, so down in that area. Fishing wise, we usually go down in the Gulf Coast, usually Matagorda Bay, Chocolate Bayou. Take the train cat out there. We usually go inside whatever cuts we can find. Really partial to using artificial, not really a dead shrimp or live shrimp kind of guy. I mean, if it's really hard, then we'll use that, but usually it's artificial. You gotta obviously dictate what you're fishing for based on how sunny it is outside, dictates what color lures you're using, what they've been biting on, what you have been using in certain areas. Like to go floundering down there. Usually a full moon gives you the best conditions for that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I haven't been offshore fishing yet, but I can't wait to go try some of that. I don't know. Ask me another question.
Okay. Can you give me your most memorable fishing experience?
Huh. That's a good question. Most memorable fishing experience. Well, sad to say, my most memorable fishing experience was in freshwater, and it was whenever I was about 6 years old. I was fishing by myself in a freshwater lagoon in a subdivision where I used to live, and I was fishing on a old 202 Zebco rod, and I was fishing with worms. And first toss, first worm, cork went under, and I tightened my drag all the way. And as I was reeling in, I realized that my little Zebco pole was not about to handle what was on the other end of the line. So I chucked my pole behind me, and I just grabbed the line and started pulling it in with my hands. And I cut my hands up, but at the other end, it was 32-inch catfish. And man, I've never seen anything like that, especially whenever I was 6 years old.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay. What's the biggest animal you've ever killed hunting, or most prized to you personally?
This year, probably the bobcat I killed. Killed it with a 6mm. Sat in the stand. I'd been hunting I got in the stand around noon, and it was about 30 minutes till dark. I was really hoping to see something, and like I said, 30 minutes before dark, big old kitty cat crawled out and popped it one good time, but it was an open sight, and I busted its back leg, and it ran off, so I hopped out of the deer stand and took off after it into the woods, and my scope was at 200 zoom, so I was trying to shoot it, looking through the scope. It wasn't open sight, it was scope, and I was trying to shoot it through the scope, and I blew its guts to shreds. It's still at the taxidermist right now. They're trying to see if they can
Patch it back together.
salvage what I gave them.
That's funny. Okay. Let's see. What is something that you feel like people don't know about hunting and fishing that you know that nobody else, not necessarily anybody, but people who don't hunt and fish, what's something that you would want to share with them?
Well, from a perspective of people who don't hunt and fish, I feel like there's a lot of skepticism about the sport. And I feel like a lot of times people get the wrong interpretation of what it's all about. For me, hunting and fishing is about, being outside, away from technology, away from other people, just you, nature, the big man upstairs, and your gun. it's really all about the sport of it. You're not just going out there to kill animals and leave them. Everything I shoot or catch, I eat. Except bobcat, I couldn't eat that. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people really take it as us hunters and fishermen just go out there to shoot whatever we can shoot and
just for the fun of it.
yeah, just for the fun of it, but that's not what it's about at all. I mean, we put a lot of work into hunting and fishing. There's a lot of research that has to be done if you're really going to be good at it. You really have to know what you're doing to be safe and to come out with something. Obviously, you don't always come out with something, but to enhance your chances, you have to know what you're doing and you have to do your research. It's really, if you really get into it, it's less of a hobby and more of a lifestyle.
Agreed, 120%.
Yeah.
I like that. So how many years would you say that you've been hunting and fishing? How long has it been pretty much a part of your life?
So since I could pick up a pole or pull a trigger. So I guess around 5 years old.
Yeah. And you're how old now?
21.
21. So it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
So, okay. And we can end here with one more question. Let's see. Do you have any, who taught you how to do all your hunting and fishing? And how did they teach you?
My grandpa started out whenever I was really young. And then I also learned a lot from my dad. He was previously a hunting guide for elk in Colorado, and he taught me all about the bay fishing, and so did my older brother. He has his captain's license now and takes people out for sort of a side business over in Matagorda and whatnot. So I would say a mixture of those three family members and, just my friends that I fish and hunt with. You're going to learn something every time you go if you're paying attention. Yeah. If you really enjoy it, you'll always want to learn more. So everyone you talk to is just another source of knowledge.
Perfect. And you were graduating
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks from Texas State University.
Correct.
Cool. Well, appreciate your time today, Cole.